Viewers, I'm Simon Christie and welcome to a massive episode of Four-Wheel Drive TV. This week, all of the excitement from the Flinders 400. Let's get right into it. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard.
Hi, I'm Hayden Bentley from the Bruder Off-Road Association in Port Pirie, South Australia. We're currently at the Bruder Off-Road track in the Southern Flinders Ranges and everyone's starting to roll in for the Flinders 400. Following on from the success of the Flinders 450 last year as a round of the Australian Championship, we decided as a club to run a state round this year. We're very happy, the venue's come up fantastic, the track's great. It should be a fantastic spectator event again, so we're looking forward to a big crowd. The weather's looking great. We've got literally some of the best cars and drivers here in Australia. Kittle Motorsports, Extreme Motorsports, we've got some of the best guys that are out there, so we're excited about it. It's a 400-kilometre long race. As I said, we've got magnificent whoops and jumps right in front of the crowd and we're expecting large numbers.
I'm Randall Kilner from Dirt Comp magazine and we're here with the Four-Wheel Drive TV team about half an hour north of Port Pirie in South Australia. The track we're at is probably one of the oldest established off-road racing tracks in Australia. It's been around for 40 years and has been continuously used during that time. The Bruder track is at the foothills of the Flinders Ranges and also snuggled right in next to the Spencer Gulf. It's a 34-kilometre track which flows around what's normally a sheep grazing property. The track incorporates lots of twists and berms through some beautiful red desert sort of country soil on the Flinders Ranges side of the track, and then as we approach towards the Spencer Gulf, the track turns into a much more shell grit type terrain which forms up into massive berms that the cars, many of which have got upward of 600 horsepower, skate around at pretty entertaining speeds. This weekend we've got a field of about 20 cars, ranging from pro-class buggies, which have got everything from a 3.5 litre twin-turbo V6s and 6 litre Chev V8s, through to Super 1650 cars, which traditionally run something like a 1600 Toyota Corolla engine or a Mitsubishi Maybach, through to some pretty impressive four-wheel drives like Colin Hunter's brand new Dodge Dakota, which is basically one of the only trucks of its kind in the world. Hayden Bentley, who owns the property, also built some massive whoops out the front, which we saw a very spectacular roll on last year by Greg Gartner, providing quite a few opportunities to get a wide range of shots through the different terrain. And he's also built some massive jumps, which there's going to be a competition run over the weekend for the car that does the longest leap. From a spectator's point of view, seeing the cars so many times on an individual lap is fairly unique. For events like the Think Desert Race, you see the cars sort of flash once past on one day and once the next day as they return. Where here, you're going to get the opportunity to see them multiple times, and usually the racing's very close, so good chance that you'll catch a lot of cars passing and racing close together.
We hope that everyone has a great weekend, stays safe and it all works out well, and we'll see them here again another day.
viewers, book in the first weekend of August this year for the best of everything 4x4 as Tony Waitley again opens up the Love Day 4x4 Adventure Park for the 3rd annual Australian 4x4 Muster. Experience the best camping, 4-wheel driving and novelty events at this purpose-built 4x4 park. Plus, as a door prize, Tony will be giving away a restored 60 Series Land Cruiser. For the first year, Tony gave away a Schmick FJ45 Land Cruiser. Last year, it was a pristine Hilux, and this year, as mentioned, it's a 60 Series Land Cruiser that'll be given away as a door prize to one lucky visitor just for turning up. Saturday morning at the Australian 4x4 Muster, we'll again see a 4x4 Outdoors Expo. I will then defend my title as the King of the Rocks, RC Rock Crawling Champion, and then the playground is open for all to explore. Sunday we'll see a full day of fun-based family 4x4 novelty events with great prizes and an opportunity to get a bigger taste of the amazing Love Day 4x4 Adventure Park. Tony is again looking to break his record for numbers of attendees at the park, and it's a great opportunity for myself to catch up with 4-wheel drivers from Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia. We've also seen some over from Western Australia and plenty more. So for your chance to win a restored 60 Series Land Cruiser and enjoy all of the 4x4 activities on offer, book your mates and family for the Australian 4x4 Muster at the Love Day 4x4 Adventure Park, first weekend of August in South Australia. Check the 4-Wheel Drive TV website for further details and come and join myself and the team for another great weekend.
The next generation of shock absorbers is here. Leading the way in 4x4 suspension development, Old Man Emu introduces the most advanced and finely tuned shock absorber on the market. Nitro Charger Sport incorporates a new valving system that instantly adapts to all terrain for an outstanding smooth ride and phenomenal control. Backed by a 3-year, 60,000 kilometre warranty, you can trust Nitro Charger Sport, built in Australia for Australian conditions.
I'm Chris Weston, off-road racer and owner of Off-Road Rush, and I wouldn't race on anything else than my Mickey Thompson tyres. I trust my Mickey Thompsons at high speed. They can handle wet or dry without any trouble. And that means I can keep racing while the competitors stop to change tyres. Mickey Thompson? No wonder they call them legendary.
Call 1300-MICKEY for your nearest dealer.
Finally, the driving light you've always wanted is here, boasting a class-leading free-form reflector and a super tough polycarbonate lens and ABS housing. The all-new Nava Ultimate 225 is a revolutionary driving light, available in halogen, halogen blue and HID, in both spread and pencil beams, and supplied complete with a plug-and-play wiring harness and polycarbonate lens protectors. These Aussie Outback Tough Lights outshine the competition. Visit nava.com.au for more information and make the switch to the brightest lights in town.
Hi, I'm Hayden Bentley from Port Pirie, South Australia, racing the Flinders 400. It's been a great day out here today. We started off with our qualifying run this morning, top 10 shootout, followed up by a 140 kilometre section this afternoon, and it's been a lot of fun. Thankfully we had a good run in the shootout and we started the race up front, so we had some clean air, which was a great help this afternoon. But there's a lot of very quick cars and it's a very long day tomorrow, so we just got to make sure the car's good, we keep circulating and see how we end up.
My name's Carl Havey. I'm a driver of Car 56, which is a pro buggy. This track here is probably unique to most other tracks. They run a canyon sort of thing, which is motorbike berms. And when you get it right, you can actually just rail around the berms and it spits you out the other side. And that's probably the most unique thing about Barooda here. A lot of long, fast straights. There is a seashell straight, so it's just seashells on sand, and that does take a lot of horsepower to get along that straight. This is a 2-day race, 4 laps into a 12-lap race. Got a few problems with a few leaks around the engine that we're just tidying up now, and we hope to come out strong for the next 8 laps.
G'day, I'm Aaron Habe. I come from Walker's Flat in South Australia. I run this Pro Buggy at number 57. We started the race second off the grid today. The best part of this whole track is the atmosphere. Bentleys have put on a brilliant show. Just the pits and people and everything's all laid out for us. The track itself is a bit of everything, like plenty good jumps, fast straights. It's all just what an off-road track should be, really. We're probably at the 2/3 mark at the moment and sort of recovered from that plug lead issue, but we're just still sucking a fair bit of dust. So we're just hoping to keep our nose clean tomorrow and get a good finish, because we're DNF's the last event, so the plan is to finish tomorrow, hopefully pretty strong.
During the day we had a trophy cart display which was fantastic, with 2 or 3 of the kids out there. Up and coming racers, I guess, safe form of motorsport for the kids to be out there in a controlled manner and learning how to drive. They're powered by Subaru lawnmower engines. There are a number of classes. There's 250cc's and 450cc's for the bigger kids. But today we had 8-year-olds up to 14-year-olds out there circulating, learning how to drive, which is great.
G'day, my name's James Madden. This track has been around for, pretty sure it's over 40 years now. I know personally I've raced this track for 18 years. Brilliant place. It has a big mix of shell grit, hard clay. The venue that Hayden's put on is magnificent. We've got big camping grounds. We've got everything there for the people. Spectator-wise, they've got hills, mounds and everything. And the spectator points along the side of the track everywhere. The tunnel over the top for the start-finish line. The timing areas are really high so they can get to see all the cars coming. The whole venue's just been really well thought out and set up, so I race here every time I get a chance. We get some long straights, but you couldn't see more than, I'm going to say, 100 to 200 metres in front of you at any one time. You know, like we get out on the track today and had a look around in recon, and you can see the 200 metre mark, but you can't actually see the corner. So it just goes to show you how at that 200 metre mark we're probably doing close to 180, 200 k's in some instances, and even know where the corner is, we're purely relying on the signs. We're fortunate enough that Hayden owns it and he's a racer, and he'll continue to push and push for this venue to get better and better as we go along.
We've been lucky enough to finish up today, I think, with around about a 40-second lead, which we hope to take advantage of tomorrow with some clean air early on. We certainly can't afford any mistakes or problems, so let's hope the car stays together and we can all have a good race tomorrow. All in all, it's been a great family day. We've had a decent crowd out here. Unfortunately, it's been a bit dusty, but off-road racing, that's one of the elements we have to deal with, and let's hope it's good for tomorrow and everyone keeps on having a great time.
Hi, I'm Brett from 4x4 Obsession. We're back again with Danny's car. We've had all the wiring done now. It's a nice, neat job. So it's time to actually fit up all the accessories and get the thing to run. So it's time to get the radiator back in. The radiator support panelling, both the battery trays back in the front, rehook up all the wiring for those. We've got a high pressure fuel pump, so we've fitted that all up to the set with the sender unit and carrier, and we're going to put that back into the main tank. We've managed to source some radiator hoses straight off the shelf, which is a real bonus. So now it's time to fit those up, refit the oil cooler for the transmission and the transmission lines, fill and bleed the cooling system, change the oil filter and put the oil into the engine and fill up the transmission. Now with all the front mount accessories back on, the alternator is actually mounted in a spot which is a lot higher on the vehicle, so we've had to source a different fan belt. Luckily we found one straight off the shelf. With everything double checked, connected up and double checked again, it's time to turn the key. We've turned the key and she's fired up first time, always a good thing. Now it's time to check the basics, like got oil pressure, there's no leaks from the cooling system, it's idling nicely, it's smooth now that it's actually sorted the air out in the fuel system, so it's all running great. It's always a good idea to run a spanner and an eye over everything, make sure everything is where it should be, there's no leaks, that everything stayed aligned where it should be. Once this is done and we're happy with it, the next step for Danny's car is we'll actually send it off and have it tuned so that we can get the best performance that we possibly can out of this vehicle. On saying that, with any sort of power upgrade like this one, always a good idea to have a look at the rest of the driveline. We've obviously had a look at the transfer case and the transmission. It's now time to have a look at things like the diffs and the CVs, and we're planning to do a CV upgrade on this vehicle because of the power increase. Both Danny and us here at 4x4 Obsession are excited now the car's running and running really well. Now it's time just to do the little bits and pieces to finish it off, make sure it's all finished off right so that we can get it out on the tracks. I'm Brett from 4x4 Obsession. We'll see you next time when we actually have a look at upgrading the rest of Danny's driveline.
Get your head inside here quickly. It's time for 4-wheel drive TV.
Viewers, the wait is over. Shop online at the 4-Wheel Drive TV store for personalised merchandise, 4-Wheel Drive TV clothing, 4-Wheel Drive products and even DVD subscriptions. That's right, 2 episodes of 4-Wheel Drive TV posted out to you every fortnight for the whole series, and all for just $50. Support your favourite program, wear the brand you love and never miss another episode with our collector's DVD subscriptions. Get shopping at 4wheeldrivetv.com.au with the 4-Wheel Drive TV online store. If you drive a 4-wheel drive with or without a dual battery kit, then it's time to upgrade. Modern vehicles and modern battery technologies require smart electronics, and the Piranha Off-Road Products DBE 140 dual battery controller has all the smart grunt you will need packed into an affordable and tiny package. Priced at just $170, the Piranha DBE 140 is the smart choice in dual battery management. For more information on how you can stay charged, visit piranhaoffroad.com.au.
Hi, I'm Dennis. This is my 2007 Hyundai Terracan CRDI. We've done a few modifications to it. It has a full set of bash plates. We have a 2-inch lift on it. I have 80 tyres. Under the bonnet we have a dual battery system. We have an ARB compressor, which of course is hooked up to the ARB rear diff locker. We have a 6-wheel carrier at the back which carries fuel and spare wheel, and a few other niceties which we've made ourselves. We also have a rear shelf which the tent goes under, and the next thing to get would be the front diff lockers on the wish list, and then someday when someone invents a winch for the Terracan we would fit that. This is in actual fact the second Terracan I've owned. The previous one I had for 3 years. It wasn't as kitted as this one did. It was the V6, and we did a 7,500 kilometre off-road trip around Australia, going as far down as Sinaminka and all that area, Birdsville. We went to Uluru and generally had a very good time, and that was my introduction to 4x4ing in Australia. We have crossed the Simpson Desert. We've done the high country on a number of occasions, spent 3 or 4 days at a time up there, and I think I've done every single trek in the Wombat State Forest. Planning a big trip to Cape York next year. The 3 Terracans, we're going to go and do Cape York, so that's the next one on the cards for next year.
If you'd like to be the weekly Your Rig right here on 4-Wheel Drive TV, then send an email to myself with Your Rig in the subject line. Each weekly winner takes home an electric blue span set snatch strap, a complete U-Fix-It windscreen repair kit, a DP chip stubby holder and Berrima diesel cap, an ARB cap, ARB Penrith stubby holder, an emergency can of ARB Outback Survival socks, a set of 4-Wheel Drive TV stickers, an RFI stubby holder and an RFI cap, an RFI UHF antenna, courtesy of RFI Antennas, a HEMA Great Desert Tracks Atlas and Guide, a 911 Memorial cap courtesy of 511 Tactical, an Any Sharp knife sharpener courtesy of our friends at Kiesler, an ARB rechargeable LED adventure light, a packet of Up and Go courtesy of Sanitarium, an off-road ready Travelmate tyre pressure gauge, a magazine from Bow Hunter, Wild Deer and Hunting Adventures and Dirt Comp. And it's all neatly packed up in an ARB cargo gear carry bag.
My name's Dennis. This has been my rig, and I'd just like to thank Simon and the crew for allowing me to show this rig of mine, and also the sponsors for the prize pack. It's really appreciated, and Simon, keep up the good work. It's great. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Exact Mining, Bentley's Cabin Park Flinders 400. It's Sunday morning. We've still got a good field of about 15 cars and the pace is on. The track's starting to chew up. It's going to be excellent in the first section, but later on the day we expect it to get really rough. It's just such a fun track to drive. It's got a bit of everything. The Monster Energy truck, Brad Gallard, today going over the woofs in front of the crowd was something to see. I know our buggies can't handle it, but the big trucks just eat it for breakfast.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I'm the event secretary this weekend, here coordinating the cars and the event. We've had a fantastic time this weekend. We've had a terrific turnout, wonderful sponsorship and great support locally. I'm really proud of my husband Hayden, who's a competitor here.
In section 2 today I had a bolt break in my caliper and consequently my pads fell out, so we had no brakes for about 20 kilometres. Guys in the pit crew did a great job. We come in and put on a new caliper and re-bled and so on and went back out, but unfortunately we lost too much time, but I think we've still finished top 10 hopefully.
This weekend we've tried to coordinate a family-friendly event. We've got an RC track here, jumping castles for the kids, helicopter rides, so we've tried to make it a real family-friendly event, including a fabulous fireworks display on Saturday night. It was terrific that a lot of spectators and competitors stuck around for that.
To have all the professionally built American frames coming in from the States and then to have a result here where the top 4 finishers were Australian built frames is quite amazing. It shows the depth of our sport at a state level that they can come out and compete with the best national cars. To have Aaron James come home in a pro light, followed closely behind by Cole Havey and Brenton Forsyth, is just a good result. Brenton being a member of our local club, the Bruder Off-Road Association. After the success of the Flinders 450 last year as a round of the Australian Off-Road Championships and backed up this year with the round 2 of the State Championship, we really hope that Bora and Bruder can become part of the 2013 National Off-Road Championship again.
Hayden and I purchased the track in hope that we would actually secure a little bit of grassroots for off-road racing. And in doing so, we've managed to coordinate a couple of events now.
This event could not have ran this year without Exact Mining, Bentley's Cabin Park, backed up with Near Star, Performance Metals, Extreme Motorsports and ARB. We've had numerous other sponsors, Albans Off-Road, Neil Automotive, Prout Partners, and locally McMahon Services, Gataletters, Southern Cross Television, Max Cranes. The list just goes on and on. We're very grateful for all the people that have helped make it happen, and let's hope they back us up in 2013.
My name's Carl Havey. I'm a driver of Car 56, which is a pro buggy. This is a part of the Element off-road racing team. We have a 2-car team, a single-seater and a twin-seater, both pro buggies. And this one here is a twin-seater, of course, with a Chev 6-litre in the back. This car is built in Australia, it's 1 year old. We try to use as many Australian components as we possibly could. The race seats are locally made at Manham, so we had them purpose-built through Fifer Hill race seats. Element Off-Road did the front suspension, CAD design, that took us about 6 months. The back end we designed on CAD as well. We run a full set of Fox shocks around, 3.5s on the rear and 2.5s on the front. The motor is a L76 Chev, just finished building that up, so this is the second race we've done with that. Puts out around about the 500 horsepower. We run an Alvin's 5-speed sequential torque converter. The reason we do that is to look after the driveline, because all the big boys tend to have a few driveline issues if they don't run it. So we decided to put that in straight away to save us a few bucks. The cooling package is a full PWR cooling, and Racer Imports help us out with all our boots, CVs, bearings and all that. Last year we couldn't conquer it, we DNF'd here, so we came back bigger and stronger. Learnt a lot from our mistakes last year, so this year we've had a few issues. Love the track, it's just an awesome track. This track here is probably unique to most other tracks. They run a canyon sort of thing, which is motorbike berms, and when you get it right, you can actually just rail around the berms and it spits you out the other side. And that's probably the most unique thing about Barooda here. A lot of long, fast straights. There is a seashell straight, so it's just seashells on sand, and that does take a lot of horsepower to get along that straight. This is a 2-day race, 4 laps into a 12-lap race. Got a few problems with a few leaks around the engine that we're just tidying up now, and we hope to come out strong for the next 8 laps and finish off strong tomorrow.
Well, thank you for tuning in once again. Remember, jump onto our website. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Send Simon Christie a friend request. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Simon Christie. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard. I'll see you next week.